Good evening and welcome. We are live where representing the Frank Saah Foko is expected to address the media shortly on critical national issues ahead of playing July 17th protests.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the press, to all well-meaning Liberians, we want to welcome you to the live press coverage from the office of Representative Saah Foko Jr. Issues of national concern will be discussed, and as you may be aware, Honorable Foko made a social media post today concerning some national issues in our country, and he's here to make some clarification regards to the issue of democratic governance in our country. And these issues will be highlighted and will be discussed lengthily by the representative himself. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I'm grateful to God for giving me the opportunity. I also bless God for strength to be here to serve the people of Liberia, representing the people of Electoral District number 9, Montserrado County. As a law-abiding citizen and a legislator representing my people at the 55th National Legislature, I did a post today, I did a Facebook post today, endorsing the protests that was called for by STAN, an organization that is situated within the Congo town, being headed by Mr. Moluba K. Molu Jr. So I did that in reliance to Article 17 A and B, and also Article 15A and Article 15B of the Constitution of Liberia. All persons at all times in an orderly and peaceable manner shall have the right to assemble and consult upon the common good, to instruct their representatives, to petition the government or other functionaries for the redress of grievances. So basically, there are issues in this country, and all citizens within the Republic of Liberia shall at all times be given their rights to exercise when there are grievances. The Ministry of Justice of recent issued the protester or the leadership of STAN, issued them or gave them their permission or the clearance to have them exercise their democratic rights. With that, I want to say kudos. Thank you to the Justice Ministry for doing the needful constitutionally. But what baffles me was when I saw the police, the display of what they did yesterday. That was complete arrogance to our democracy. And I think that should not be done anywhere around the borders of Liberia. Those days have passed where people will use authority to intimidate their citizens. This is wrong. The attitude yesterday was very barbaric, and I think that should never happen anymore. And I want to send this warning and this advice to Honorable Gregory Como. Gregory Como, you are a young man being given the opportunity to manage a particular sector within our country. You have to get back to the drawing board to check on how you've been proceeding. Most especially of recent. We have to take away our personal emotions from the state of governance and continue to behave responsible and professional. Everything that happened, Honorable Gregory Como, once it comes to the police, we will hold you responsible, because these are a group of people that you manage. The act exhibited yesterday at Central could cause provocation. And what happened yesterday could create a different picture, that you want to instigate violence, that you may want to provoke the protester that will be out there tomorrow. That behavior was very ugly, and that should never be repeated within our democracy. As a representative, it is also predicated upon me to make sure I advise all Liberians that will be attending or that will be part of the protest, including myself, that everybody must behave orderly, because other Liberians who are also now part of the protest tomorrow have their constitutional right to free movement. They have given the different locations for which, but we think the police or the joint securities that will be involved tomorrow should be more responsible, should not do the business as usual like they have been doing in the past. The police should not appear to be partisan police. This police was trained by taxpayer money. This police is not here to work for any particular group of people. This police should be here to protect lives and properties across the borders of Liberia. So what happened yesterday, Honorable Gregory Como, you will have and must be professional as always. Going forward, somebody may ask questions, and I have seen most of my friends in government on Facebook, today trying to criticize that protest is not necessary. There are other means to use. This is what has been introduced in our body politics. Tomorrow, everything will be peaceful. But it is expected that those people who are responsible to receive their petition must be available. And all necessary things that should be done in accordance with professional procedures. The Justice Ministry has begun the process by issuing the permit and all other processes that is required from the government of Liberia should be applied tonight, tomorrow, until the protest comes to an end. The Liberia we have today, we all, as citizens, by the special help of God, should protect the peace of our country. The young people of Liberia, our older people, and everybody, including our foreigners who are residing in Liberia, they deserve better. The future generation of this country deserves better. So tomorrow it is expected that government should make herself available, be present to receive the petition from those protesters that will be there. Therefore, Frank Saah Foko Jr., I have come to endorse this protest in good faith, with positive mind, that the government of Liberia must listen to the grievances of the people, and those people will be seeking redress. The redress will be determined. But as a representative, as a law-abiding citizen, as peaceful as I have been, as vocal in a positive way I have been, I am calling on the government of Liberia and all other persons, ECOWAS, the American government through the American embassy, the European Union, all of our international partners. We are calling you to also make sure you follow this process closely to avoid unnecessary provocation that may lead to confusion. And I don't think this is what the protesters want. But for what I saw yesterday, as an experienced security personnel who serve in this country and understand the tactics of our security brothers, the essence of yesterday, for me, as a trained security personnel, somebody may be asking, why are you referring to yourself as trained security personnel? For those who know me, within the security sector of Liberia since after 2006, we go to 2008, 2009, I became a trained security personnel that went through the rank and file. You may not know that. You may not know that about me. But even the security apparatus today, some of them and I who serve in a particular sector within the security sector in Liberia, they know where I'm speaking from. For the display yesterday by the police, that was very, very lazy. You expose the police yesterday. And for what I just saw on Facebook by Mr. Gregory Como, Honorable Gregory Como, blasting at those police officers on camera, I think again that was a bluff. That was a charade. It is because people have reached out to say, Honorable Gregory Como, what happened yesterday was very uncivilized. It was unprofessional. So he decided, I think, Mr. Gregory Como, you should have done the honorable thing to call those people behind camera. Security-wise is wrong. You cannot bring, your officers on camera to publicly ridicule. That was unprofessional. That was not a good thing to be done. I think we have to leave the camera a little bit and go back to do a better reform within the police. So to the joint security, there are other people that will join the police tomorrow. From my understanding, security-wise, I'm informed that there will be a joint security operation tomorrow, which is good, which is obvious. I was once in 2009, 2010, up to 20, I was once part of the security sector of this country. And I know my bosses are on camera now following it. They know exactly where I'm talking about. They know where I served from 2000 now to 2020 in the security sector. I left the security sector when I became representative, when I got elected in 2020. And some of you may not understand, some of you limit the security sector to just police and airfield. No, there are different areas within the security sector. You may not have been fortunate to see me in uniform. I have never. I think I wore uniform on 1 or 2 occasions. But I mean, you may not have been fortunate. Even those in my circle will be surprised today to hear. And I will also show my ID card to the press today that I serve in the security sector. So there are a lot of things happening around that we understand. But I can tell you to my security brothers tomorrow, the joint security, the immigration, the DEA, I mean everybody tomorrow, let's be peaceful. Honorable Gregory Como, you will have to do the needful to cut across and have your supervisors everywhere tomorrow. You will have to place cameras on all of those assigned security personnel that will be available with the kind of money that have been made available for tomorrow's protest to our security sector. The money is enough to cover all of your security measures. Now to sit where people molested a woman that was demonstrating a very ugly behavior that should not be shown to our children yesterday at Central. Not to hear the security sector. That's not song you sing for outsider. You sing those songs when you are being trained in the barracks. When you sing those songs, when you are going to war, you are not going to war tomorrow. You are going to perform your task in protecting lives and property. Those songs that are being sung when people are going on the battlefront. Are you going on the battlefront tomorrow? You parading and you displaying arms to the public on social media? I think this is ugly. I got frustrated when I saw that. I got disappointed when I saw that. But as a trained professional, former operator who served this country, now serving as a representative, I will tomorrow peacefully join the protesters to go and protest and also go and listen to what our people have to say. Peacefully, we will be there, and peacefully, we will leave from there. I think people should stop creating unnecessary panic. People are asking the protesters to go with their children. This is a deception in our democracy today. Yesterday, the ministers, the deputy ministers, and some government officials today who are now driving air-conditioned cars were protesting yesterday. I mean, they were giving water to drink. They were giving jollof rice to eat. Today you are asking other people and you try to create unnecessary panic. No, there will be no problem, because some of us will be there to provide the necessary guardians so as to keep everything kind. And as the police will be putting her drone up tomorrow, I will also tomorrow provide 10 drones. And my drones will be up tomorrow everywhere. I am putting my drones up tomorrow. Whatever the government says tomorrow, whatever it costs, whatever will be, I have already understood based on my intelligence I have gathered. My drone will be tomorrow assigned on the police officer and all other joint security apparatus. Tomorrow you will put that drone up and nobody will put those drones down, because you don't have the sophistication, you don't have the technology to put those drones down. I will put those drones up in. This is why I'm announcing that those drones are there to tell you what exactly happened. And those drones will be managed. We have a team now. I just show you our room. and I show you all of those drones, and everybody that require to follow tomorrow that will be managing those drones, they will be available. We brought them, and they are trained to manage the drone. We understand that you will be there to create. And there's another intelligence we have gathered that tomorrow they have instructed our GSM companies to troubleshoot tomorrow, that there will be no active network. If you like, you can shut all of the network down. Everything that requires social media tomorrow will be available. This is morning time. I mean, you may have authority over shutting down through LTA, but you don't have the extended authority with the satellite that is in the air. There are other measures. And I'm telling the journalists now, there are other measures, other network have been provided for that. So tomorrow again, I will be available there to receive our protesters, to listen to what they have come to say. I'm encouraging government to do the needful. Thank you.
Tomorrow I will be there to receive our protesters, to listen to what they have to say as a representative of the people, and that is in reliance of Article 15, A and B, and Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution. So with that being said, we will take questions from the media to the lawmaker. Yeah.
So,
your name and
Honorable Foko, how are you? My name is Montserrado, and I report for the closing argument. I have two questions. The first one, in 2019, June, the opposition then protested against the police CDC, and you as a lawmaker, at that time you were contesting as a representative candidate, condemned that protest. Why now?
So basically, 2019, I wasn't a representative anyways.
Candidate.
I was not a candidate either, but I was a civil servant working within the government of Liberia. And I will tell you today that I'm one of those that respected the rights of the protester. So go on my Facebook page in 2019. Facebook is there to remind us. And I wrote that time saying all Liberians should be allowed to express their grievances. I wrote that on Facebook, and I respected the right of protester. Today, what was right yesterday is also right today. Most especially the one that has to do with the Constitution of Liberia. So at no point in time I have condemned protests in this country, in as much as it will be peaceful and there is a peaceful agenda to that protest. All Liberians should be given their rights.
Since I'm a constituent from Focus on Liberia, few months ago, lawmakers, especially from the opposition angle, that were protecting the block of former Speaker Funati Kova were beaten by police at the grounds of the Capitol building. You as an opposition lawmaker, especially from the block of Funati Kova, you have thrown weight behind the stand protest. Do you think you are 100% secure looking at the past, how police treated your colleagues at the grounds of the Capitol building?
Even how police
Talking about flying drones, security apparatus will see it as a breach of security protocol on tomorrow. As a lawmaker, do you think the police will allow you fly drones above their drones tomorrow? And if there will be a resistance of you flying your drones, what will be your own action against the police?
Okay, so when the police inform me that my drones are not to go up, I'll put my drones down. Once the police inform me that my drone should not be up, the essence of putting the drone up is in good faith. Is to help the police provide all necessary information as to those sad happenings. Maybe their drone will be up because I listened to the police and the police said that their drone will be up. So I mean, it was just there to help, to buttress the police effort. So if the police, right after the press conference, in fact, call me and tell me that I will try to check up that it is not necessary to put my drone up, I mean, we're gonna put the drone down. It's not there to do anything. It's just there to come, to help the police do their work, to provide, and to pick up some of those sad happenings that will be at the protest. So I mean, it's no problem. The issue that has to do with the representatives were beaten at Capitol building. I mean, it is sad in our democracy where people, I mean, not just representatives, but no Liberian should be beaten by exercising their constitutional right. That was wrong. That was ugly. I mean, this is where we found ourselves. I mean, should we retaliate? I said, no, it's not necessary. I mean, history has recorded that these things happen today. Should it be repeated? Probably if we are given the opportunity, I say no, it is not necessary. What is not good today should also not be good tomorrow. Most especially with my case, I mean, we understand what happened in this country of recent and all of those different issues, how police officers came to my house. I'm man, I mean, as a person of interest. I mean, I could just be called to the charge of quarter, or I mean, to the police station to ask me. I mean, I was not guilty. You did not have evidence on me of anything. You just needed me to aid you in your investigation. And you sent armed people to my house to arrest me when you have not investigated. I mean, that was wrong. Should I retaliate? I said, no, I don't need to retaliate. I mean, as a child of God, as somebody who understands how these things work, all of these things we say, I mean, is in the interest of the Liberian people. My press conference I had on July 2nd, 2024, I mean, it was about a corrupt act, an alleged corrupt act, I mean, for which we were concerned, and we thought that our colleagues wanted to have compromised it, and we gave our ultimatum. Okay, we're discussing millions of dollars, and we gave our ultimatum. When JFK does not have medication, when Redemption Hospital, people are dying in chairs. JFK, people are dying in chairs. I mean, every other place, government schools, the children don't have chairs to sit in class. I mean, let's go in the rural area. If Montserrado can encounter these kind of challenges, I mean, right here on Capitol Hill, Chief W.K. Sim, that is right before the executive mansion, that is right before when these schools, the University of Liberia, where we sit on Capitol Hill and we see within the University of Liberia, if those people can experience these kinds of challenges, what about the people in Lofa County? What about the people in River G, the people in Grand Crew, and other parts of Liberia? I mean, they are also experiencing these things. So when we come out to express ourselves and people want to misconstrue us, people want to misinterpret us, I mean, for us, we give it to God. God sees our heart. God knows our heart. He knows exactly what we stand for. We stand for what is right, and we will continue to stand for what is right. Whatever we see that is not necessary, that is not in the interest of the people, we will come out to voice it out. When we handle it, I mean, within our chambers, and we do all necessary things that we're supposed to do, I mean, and our people cannot listen to us, we come out to inform the public of the unfoldings. And I mean, the future are going to judge everybody. The representatives, the senators, Liberia. The future, our children are going to remind us of the decisions we make today. I mean, all these things are happening. They are not necessary. Somebody could come out with a question and say, oh, yesterday. Is that what we're discussing? We are discussing today. This government came with the slogan, rescue. Have you gone to your dictionary to discuss rescue? I mean, the challenges are huge. There are a lot of wrong things happening in society. And we must be there to speak to these things. To believe in your mind that there will be no opposition, you get it wrong. Our friend Saah Foko Jr., to where I sit, even in the community that I'm residing, I have people who oppose me. I have people who don't support me. I have to respect their rights. So to have a government and believe that everybody must support you, I mean, it's wrong. Everybody may not agree to your policy. Your policy may not align with the people challenges in the country. You might present or you might project your policy, and you might not go by what you have projected to the Liberian people. I mean, we must come up to stand up to the status quo and tell you that this is wrong. I think gone are the days where people will be as free to express themselves. Gone are the days where people will stand up. I mean, people die for the cause. People suffer for that yesterday. We are having a clean democracy today. And those kind of things must be respected. And somebody is asking, oh, about CDC and why CDC can know. CDC is a political party. Okay? When CDC deems it necessary to come, CDC is not afraid. CDC will come out to say they are protesting. I mean, that will not be your problem. That is not, I mean, irresponsible. Yesterday, when our brothers were protesting yesterday, I mean, other people endorsed the protest. People were in America yesterday, they could not come to Liberia. They endorsed the protest. People were in the UK, people were in other countries. Okay? Did you see other government officials that were in government yesterday from the legislature that went to the protest? Did they put their children in wheelbarrow to carry them to the protest? Did they carry them there? We have to be honest to this process. All we ask for, our brothers who are going to attend the protest tomorrow should remain peaceful, should remain kind, and those protesters that we have their people, there should be people to coordinate everybody so that everybody can operate within the confines of the law.
Okay, good evening, Honorable. I'm J.H. Webster Clay from Front Page Africa. I mean, for the record, you, the first lawmaker to endorse the protest. What will you say to people who say that the organizer of the protest, Montserrado Moru, serve your party as chairman, and now he's organizing a protest? What do we say with him that he does not have the memorial to organize such a protest?
So, you know, sometimes you kind of debate about someone who has moral and who does not have moral. Understand what we refer to as, I mean, somebody has moral, somebody does not have moral. Who determines who has moral or not? Should I tell you that the president of Liberia does not have moral because he's riding $1.4 million car when the people in JFK don't have a bed to lie down on? Should I say he does not have moral? Is that what we consider moral? Should I say people yesterday who could barely get food to eat are the one today enjoying themselves, flying, living that kind of opulence life and enjoying themselves? Should I say, I mean, they don't have moral? Who determines who has moral or not? Molu is a good son of this soil. He has served this country. He has been one of the very, very brilliant men in this country. So if Molu, who has stains that the government of Liberia is aware of, if Molu does not have moral, how did Justice Ministry give them permit? So are you telling me now that the government of Liberia is giving permit to people who don't have moral? Is that a question? Because if you should be questioning Molu moral, then you should also be questioning the moral of Justice Ministry. How are they operating there to issue permit to people who don't have moral? I mean, that argument is a dead argument. I don't understand what kind of morality they're talking about. I don't understand when you say somebody does not have moral. They have to come up clearly and declare that if I mean moral, I'm talking about this. Because there are people today who doing a whole lot of different things. So, I mean, what do you call moral? People served in the Unity Party government before, okay, during Madam Serif time. And those people were seen protesting. Some of them were in America. For every time you go there, they were there protesting at the United Nations headquarters. Do we say they did not have morals? They have moral because they were exercising their constitutional right. So suppose you stop the issue about moral, not moral, and who can, who not can, who bring children, who did not bring children. That is not interested. I mean, that is not important. What is important here is the people are coming out tomorrow to give their petition. The government of Liberia should do the needful. Our security apparatus should do the needful. And they should make sure that they provide the maximum, very, very maximum from start to end. They should provide the maximum for those people from wherever they're going to gather, wherever they're going to pick up from. They got to provide those necessary maximum tomorrow. Some of us, we're not just going to bed to sleep. We are going to go to pray. so that God can continue to bless this country. We are going today, we are not just having a press conference, but we are also going to, so God can have an intervention, that there should be no form of violence coming from our police. We are going to pray to God for all. We get nowhere to go. The only God we have. Okay, we don't have anywhere to go. I mean, you were here when police were coming to my house using gun. I have nowhere to go. I was just home. I mean, they came here, they did a whole lot of stuff in the night. They were chasing me everywhere. I had nowhere to go. This is my house. This is where I live. Tonight again, I'm not going to go anywhere. I will be just right here. If anybody has problem because I endorse the protest, I mean, you can come and do whatever you want to do. I mean, God knows my heart. He knows exactly what I stand for. But I am saying the police and all other security apparatus must be responsible tomorrow, must act in accordance, must do the needful, must protect lives and property, should stay away from provocation. Thank you.
Take the last question.
All right, I'm Josh Cooper from DNews. I have a few concerns. You as a lawmaker, you are also part of the government because the legislative branch is the first branch of the government. And you have oversight as well. Don't you think it would be in your own interest and in the interest of the people you represent, you would sit with the organizer of the protest to be able to explain to you what the reasons are, and you will use the authority to be able to reach out to the authority to be able to sit on the table and address the issue, rather than coming out as a sitting lawmaker to endorse a protest?
Yeah, so basically we did all of the needful. We were working with government, I mean with our colleagues. We did everything humanly possible. We worked along. I think you saw the Justice Ministry invited the protester, to set up everything. But one thing I will not do is for me to abuse the rights of people. This is why I quoted Article 17, A and B, and Article 15, A and B. If they were doing anything outside the law, I would have also come here to condemn it. Yesterday, I saw some of my brothers were celebrating me. They were just celebrating me just yesterday. But today, they got issue because I said we should respect the rights of the protester. Let's respect their rights. So whatever the case is, we are playing our part at the legislature, and they are Liberians. Their voices must be heard. Their grievances must be listened to. And it is why it is, bro. I mean, obviously, right after this, I know Honor Your Life now. I mean, we're receiving everything we're supposed to receive. But we are trained for this. I mean, we got a very thick skin. Once I'm doing what I'm doing, in confines of the laws of Liberia, I have no fear for any man. I respect the rights of everyone. I will never be disrespectful. You will never one day hear an insult from a mouth. But that does not change the fact that I won't express what is right. So what is right, I will say it. What to condemn, I will condemn it. While I go about doing my legislative business. Thank you. God bless you.
That was the voice of representing the friend Saah Foko, Station number 9, Montserrado County. This is Saah Foko, Jr. Thanks for watching.